The country has been through a pretty hard time, especially recently, kind of in a flat spin, so to speak. So I think it's really important on days like this to remember the things that have passed and our history and what has brought us to this day.
And we do want to remember the American citizens, our people that lost their lives in the towers, in the Pentagon, and in those planes. We also, as Americans, have always stepped forward and done our duty.
I actually lived in Las Vegas at the time, and September 11th was a very hectic day because it was, I think, 6 or 7 in the morning before I found out. And we still had to go to school, which is kind of unusual, but everything closed. And it was just kind of an awakening for everything in the city closed, all the casinos and everything for about a week. And so we couldn't do anything. So it was a shock to me. And I was like, wow, this is something big. This is thousands of lives. And
Did you really, do you feel, looking back, do you really feel like you had a grasp of what was going on that day?
I think I did. I mean, just the feeling of, like, wow, what if my cousin was in that? Or death is something I've always been able to comprehend easily, I could say. I think it. And so it was just a big surprise to me. And I can't believe somebody would be that evil. And, like, that's the feeling. I was like, oh, the bad guys. But still today I feel it's still an evil force. It's not something good, obviously.
As president of the Navy League, we dedicate this wreath to the people that were lost during 9/11 and the 4 collisions of planes on the towers, the field in Pennsylvania, and in the Pentagon. Those people's lives will not be forgotten.
You were 7 years old when it happened. Do you remember it happening?
I actually remember sitting in class. I was in a private school. They didn't really tell us much about it when it happened. We were kind of just sitting around, and they came on the intercom. You know, something tragic happened in the nation. We were kind of all worried about it. Mom came and checked me out of school. We all went home, turned on the news, and found out plane hit New York. My family lives up in Vermont, and everyone was kind of like, oh, you know, we have some friends up there, and we were just kind of worried. We sat around and prayed for a while, you know. It's a real tragic thing that happened.
On that day, do you remember kind of understanding what was happening, or was it?
I guess I understand it more now than I did then. It means a lot more to me now. And looking back on it, I kind of wish I was older so I could have, you know, appreciated it. Not appreciate, but I mean, I could respect what happened more.
Okay. Do you see, I mean, we hear so much about the post-9/11 world. I mean, and you were really young then, but do you see a difference between then and now?
Oh, definitely. I mean, not only just the government, I mean, all around the people. I mean, it's amazing just in the school you can see today on 9/11. It's amazing how you can bring a group of people together for a cause like this, and everyone comes together. It's just, the unity is amazing.
We also, as Americans, have always stepped forward and done our duty. And our firefighters that day, our police officers, and just the average person all stepped in, and many of them lost their lives attempting to help others who were in danger.
And to the republic for which it stands.